You know, we started 2026.
Full of optimism.
Yeah, that's right. 2025 was a great year.
It was a great year.
A lot of uncertainty, but really when you look back and kind of navigating some of the changes, a lot of the news, overall, portfolios did well, businesses were strong, production was strong, economy strong. When we look to 2026, I think there's still some uncertainty out there. Obviously, we started off this month with some additional tariff news. You got Greenland, you got some geopolitical issues, you got obviously data that's coming out here, Fed decisions. What is the outlook? What are you kind of feeling, seeing? What do we believe here at Prevail?
Well, I think there's a couple things to remember that we all have very short memories.
No, that's true.
And you mentioned a great year in 25, right?
Yeah.
And we forget that there was a correction in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought, oh my gosh, is this it? And the world's falling apart, and a lot of negativity in the markets.
That's right.
And so I think the key to remember is, at any point in time throughout the year, you could look at the market and have a lot of different sentiments on what's going on. And we're seeing that now, which I find very interesting in the NFIB, National Federation of Independent Business Owners, that just came out. And we'll get to that in a second. But to your point, the market ended really good.
Yeah.
And we went through a lot of volatility to get there. I think 26 is going to have a lot of that. That's going to be very similar. As you look at the outlook, so let's look at the catalyst. So much of what drives the market is how people are feeling.
Yeah.
And what's been weird is people haven't felt great. And there's a lot of pressure on the administration to say, you keep touting all of these great numbers of the economy, and they are good. When you look at real GDP growth, when you look at inflation that's coming down, when you look at all the things that are happening, it's good, and people still aren't feeling very good. And we've seen that in a lot of the reports that we get out. That's starting to shift. So you look at this NFIB report of small businesses, it was up to 99.5%. That's like way above the 10-year average of optimism from small business.
Right, yeah.
What drives a lot of this? Small business. Now, why are we seeing that? When we look at what happened, the Mag 7 of the S&P 500, so that's all your top companies, your biggest tech companies. The Mag 7 have driven the majority of the returns in the portfolios and in the indexes, specifically the S&P 500. And there's contagion with that. Like when they do well, everyone does well.
That's right.
What we're seeing, and you're seeing it in the consensus of small business and everything else, the markets are starting to broaden out. So we're seeing the Mag 7 or the largest 7 companies, they're starting to come down. You're seeing a little bit of pullback, depending on which one you're looking at, but we're seeing some volatility in that.
Right.
But the other 493 companies in the S&P 500 are starting to have
they
optimism.
have room to run.
They've got room to run. They haven't run like that.
Right.
So when we look at where is 2026 going, first of all, I think it's important to remember there is going to be inherent volatility. We're seeing that.
But we've seen that for the last several years.
It's here to stay, which is why we've built the model that we built here at Prevail, right?
Yeah.
We believe volatility is in the markets. Investments involve risk.
Yeah, and
there's
it creates
going to be
opportunity.
up and down, but it does create opportunity if you're willing and you're able to maneuver within the markets and rotate, which is what we do. So as we look at 2026, a lot of optimism, I think, that is starting to be built. We have the tax returns, the one big beautiful
bill. Which is going to infuse a lot of cash
I don't think
in the
people
market.
understand the impact of what's going to happen. A lot of people didn't change their tax returns on overtimes and tips, right? The $6,500 or so tax deduction that comes for people that are 65 and over, that's a big deal.
That's right.
So everybody in those sectors are going to be getting or have the potential to get large refunds back on their taxes.
They spend, invest.
And what they're going to do. We're not savers in America.
That's
we're
right.
spenders.
That's right.
That's going to infuse right back into the economy. The other thing that I think is really impactful is you're starting to see a rotation in what is happening. So AI is still going to be what AI is. Tech is still going to do what tech always drives the market. But you're starting to see other sectors begin to have momentum, which I think is healthy.
Yeah, off tech though too. You look
Off
at
tech.
healthcare. Look at what's going to be happening in healthcare with all the AI innovations and things there. As
100%.
an example.
100%. So outlook, I think, is good. Volatility is here to stay. I think that's not to fear people, right? To be like, oh my gosh, what is volatility? The market has a double-digit average pull down annually.
Yeah.
It always does, right? We look at that as an opportunity to reset portfolios and for us to kind of play the momentum game, right? So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to have some volatility built into it. I think it'll be amazing to see what happens come tax time. And why we do what we do here at Prevail, is to be active in our portfolio management and to evolve as the markets evolve.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like to learn more, check us out at prevailiws.com.